single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. As you can see, we were facing a little bit of technical difficulty. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a big problem. So we'll just resolve it as we see them. Hopefully, that way, it should be okay. So it should be okay. Let me see. Get the chat up as usual. Refresh. Okay. And music. And let me know if the music is in the background is too loud, because I did change the setting. I did change a few other stuff that might change some of the things. Like for example, I did a noise filter that will filter some noise out, and while resolving it's technical difficulty. So like I changed the setting so that the sound, where the sound came from, is different, so you guys don't have to hear the heater voice noise, you guys don't have to hear the fan noise, but because of that, there's some separation of noises. And for example, if I'm making noise now, you're not gonna hear it, so some small noise being reduced. Okay, so before we start, I had to figure out why is no chat is showing. I hate it when that does that. Okay, refresh. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, so let me turn the heater off because it's getting really hot, and let me turn this fan high so that we can get ready to smoke the inch. There we go. Yeah, that's the difference. I'm piping the music through the PC, but I am, muting the microphone automatically. So hold on. It's really not that cold, so I have the heat run just a little bit before it gets really hot. And now the microphone, the camera can't see me because I'm blind. There you go. Here we go. Yeah. Let me tune that down too. The auto zoom. I was like, the thing about the streaming program is that sometimes it forgets my setting. So, anyways, so that should work now. Driving around Dallas and listening. Okay. Now see, the chat is still kind of weird. I don't know why. Let's reset it one more time and see what happens. Boom. It's just delayed or something. Okay, here we go. So we're smoking this big boy called the Inch, and supposedly they're arguing that normal cigars at larger gauge, they're not really made to smoke as larger gauge. They just add more leaves in there to fill the larger gauge. And this one is specifically blended to be smoked as an inch gauge crab and big. Okay. To be honest with you, I really don't want to smoke this because how strong I feel like this is gonna be, how big this is. It's really not my thing, because usually I like something that's robusto. Right, this is Toro, fat Toro. Alright, this is Toro Plus. So I really don't. Also, if you're here today, you're here for the drawing of Trademark That skull. So all the tickets are here, and we'll draw that in just a moment. Now let me I had to pull up that list, and then I'll explain the rule. Alright, boom. I explain the rule. So let me see. It's in the announcement. Okay. So we draw 6 different prizes, and the top price will go first. All right. Hey, King Kong 2. The top price will go first. The reason being, if you win any of the top prize first, you will not win another prize. All right, you cannot win duplicate prizes. You'll win one prize, and that will be the end. That will be the end of your names. Okay, so we have backpack. Now, if you already have backpack, you gotta let me know so that I can give you a sampler instead. All right, and then we also have second and third place, which will be cigar pack, and fourth place, fifth place will be cigar pack, and sixth place will also be a cigar pack. Okay, so we're gonna thank the people that provided the second and third prizes and the fourth and fifth prizes. Okay, cool. Let's see. Just double check. Yeah. So yeah, Matt Jocelyn has provided the second and third prize, and the fourth and fifth prize is provided by Juan, and which will come from them directly because I didn't receive them. So okay, so let's cut this and light this up. Technically, I was supposed to refill my lighters today, but I didn't do it. Hey, Brad. I supposed to refill my lighters today, but what happened is I went out today, got a haircut. My wife got a pedicure, and having her time. And I went to get a haircut. So when I came back, I was like, you know what? I heard that there is a double Big Mac in the US now. All right. Now, double Big Mac turned out to be just like a gimmick, just basically Big Mac add 2 more patties. I wasn't really too impressed about it. In America, we have Burger King, right? In Japan, there's actually like bigger Burger King, the Whopper. So there's Whopper, there is Grand Whopper, and there was another one. I can't remember what it's called. Hold on a second. Let me light this up. Just want to make sure I get it right. It was a Grand Whopper, and then there is another Whopper. What's it called? I can't find it. There was an advertisement for bigger Whopper. Bigger Whopper. Spelled Whopper wrong. Hey, quick 30. Alright, maybe I can find it from here. There's also Angry Whopper. Well, we have Angry Whopper in America as well, I think. It's just a spicy one. But where is that commercial? Where's that commercial? Damn it. Damn it, now I can't find it. When I want to talk about it, I can't find it. I guess I had to come back to that topic later when I can remember it, because I don't remember it right now. I remember using to make fun of it. I used to make fun of it. Grand Whopper. I thought it was funny because in Japan they try to say the things in extreme sense. Okay, extreme sense. Due to the effect of like mask rider and stuff like that. So you know, when they say Grand Whopper, you'll be like Grando Whopper. You know, it will be much, you know, thing. And there was another one. It was on top of Grand. There was another one. What is that? It wasn't Ultra Whopper or something. It's not another word. I just can't remember what word they used. But I had to come back to that next time. Yeah. Anyways, so I went to get Big Mac, the double Big Mac. And outside of double Big Mac, you know, you never get full over one Big Mac. So I got Big Mac, I got large fries, I got a 4-piece of chicken tenders, not those butterfly chicken tender, not the chicken McNuggets. And I guess that's pretty much it. What else did I get? Something else I ate. Oh, I got 2 hash browns on top of it. And I came back and I picked out on it. And I just ate the whole thing because that Big Mac really did not. Oh, I also got an apple pie because today's 314, right? It's pie day. So I also ate that. And I picked out on it. Literally ate everything and I passed out in a gigantic food coma and just forgot to do everything I was supposed to do today. Gigantic food coma. Now, when it comes to this particular cigar, number one, I had to say the draw is good, but I don't think it burns evenly. So I'm gonna help it. Okay. The flavor, like it's like the name, it's natural. And it's natural, it's very leafy, very fermented sweetness and tobacco and cedary as its base of taste. There is a little bit of pepper, but not a lot. It's almost not there. It could be just burned from the smoke. But it's quite sweet. If you ask me, it's quite sweet in a way. It's also got that star anise flavor to it, but it's very little. It's almost just in the back, and that combined with some leathery, earthy characteristic, but it's not like an earthy tone. It's not like an earthy note. J-Ben! I see William Nunnery's here. I mean, I haven't seen William Nunnery for a while. Like, he's not here for a while. So, congrats. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Anyways, while I'm smoking this thing, this is gonna take a while. I hope this thing doesn't take too long. You guys can let me know what you guys are smoking too, so that I can figure out, you know, at least what you guys are smoking. But this is, I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of strength though. It doesn't have a lot of strength. Probably just below medium. Just below medium. Alright, just below medium. I got a lot of nuttiness in the near halfway point. Awesome. Okay, so we will start drawing in a few minutes. And it was, you know, smoke your last Ninja Ginger, man. I hope, you know, that's actually one of the not bad cigar they released. So that's one cigar that if they release again, I'll probably buy some. It's raining here. Okay. You know, today my wife and I were talking about, you know, crazy shopping. People shopping over toilet paper, wipes, and alcohol, sanitizer, and all that stuff. And then, you know, my wife was like, "What did people like survive before?" You know, and I'm like, World War I, World War II. Well, during World War I, World War II, people hoard coffee beans, sugar, and butter, because those things, not only you can eat them, you can eat butter. You can eat, you know, you can technically eat coffee beans, and you can also eat sugar, right? And those were actually traded commodities, so you can use it to buy stuff. You can use sugar to buy stuff. You can use, you know, coffee bean to buy stuff. Like if you don't believe it, go ask your grandparents who went through World War I, World War II, they will tell you that's what they hoard. They get that kind of stuff. And before that was rice and salt, right? Rice and salt. Hey, Travis, it's rice and salt. So like, you know, they were hoarding things that are what much more useful, much more make sense. And today people get toilet paper, and I think that toilet paper thing really came from people's need to gather the closest thing to them. You know, for example, if you look at the last time a panic happened, it was from natural disaster. And natural disaster, you worry about whether you can survive, you know, wiping your ass and all that stuff. Maybe that will make sense. But from disease outbreak, that toilet paper isn't gonna do shit for you. And here, I like to remind everybody, all right? Price gouging during a state of emergency is actually illegal. You know, normally it's fair market, you can do whatever you want, right? But price gouging is actually illegal during state of emergency, especially during a national emergency. So if you try to price gouge, you get price gouged, report them. Really, seriously report them. Don't just let them off. Report them and watch, you know, they get fined. So that's something I would do, because something like $75 for a small bottle of hand sanitizers are retarded. Right? I hate that. So price gouging is illegal. I mean, they should be happy they're selling large amount of stuff, you know. And there are idiots that drive like through 2 or 3 states and just buy everything and try to price gouge on Amazon, and Amazon just banned them like that. They sell a few bottles, yeah, and then now they banned it. They have like, I don't know, 400 something hand sanitizer they try to get rid of. That's so stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that, people. There's absolutely no reason to do that. You know, help each other so you can get through it. That's the best part. And also, tours and cigars. And also, in my local community Facebook page, they posted this, and I highly suggest you not do that, okay? Because I had to go up there and explain to all those people. So they are saying that the small business restaurants are doing bad because people are afraid to go out to eat, right? If people are afraid to go out to eat, you know, they're saying that maybe it will be better for everybody to just, you know, go there and buy gift certificates. Gift certificates. You can buy over the phone, you can buy whatever, just buy gift certificates. And I literally went up there and said, that is the worst thing you can do to a struggling restaurant. Don't ever do that, all right? And I want to explain that to everybody. If you think your local restaurant is suffering, is not doing well, don't just promote people to go buy gift certificate, all right? Gift certificate is a debt, right? Gift certificate is a debt. It's a future debt that you have to pay back. You're not, in fact, in accounting, you're not even supposed to list it out as income. You're not supposed to use that money, all right? You cannot list it as income until they cashed it, all right? So imagine if a restaurant makes $2,000 a day, and then, you know, people don't want to go. So instead, you got $2,000, you got $1,000 worth of gift certificate or $1,000 worth of local restaurant traffic. You get $1,000 worth of debt every single day. Let's say this thing lasts for 30 days, and you finally, everybody's no longer afraid of the disease and start rushing to a restaurant. Your restaurant now has $30,000 worth of debt to fill. All right, that's not money. You're putting pressure on the restaurant all of a sudden to serve you all day with no income. All right, don't do that. Don't do that. That's the dumbest thing. Like, any restaurant says, oh, we appreciate people come over to buy gift certificate. That's because they haven't faced the problem, okay? If everybody buy gift certificate, when things are going better, they're going to cash out that gift certificate. And that's the time where you serve them for money that you already spent. You're serving them food for money you already spent to pay your rent while you're doing bad. And then you are going to just drop right back to bad again. That's not a good idea, right? Don't do that. Right? If you really care for your restaurant, the restaurant that you like and all that stuff, actually go there and buy food, or just buy takeout or have delivery and stuff like that. Don't buy gift certificate. Just go get food. right? All right, that the dumbest thing is you buy a gift certificate thinking that that's, you know, that's less of a risk. If you gotta go to that restaurant to buy a gift certificate already, you're touching everything they're touching. So, you know, that will have spread the germ too. So don't do that. Don't do that. Support your restaurant by actually support your favorite restaurant by actually going there. And I know it's scary right now. I literally received 100 different email from every single thing I ever shopped in. All right, like literally tell me the same thing. You know, COVID-19. We're doing this for your safety. Blah blah blah. Basically, said trash. Nothing. Okay, there's nothing in that email that's different. Everybody apparently doing the same thing. So yeah, that's not something I would recommend people to do by buying in gift certificates and try to rescue their restaurant. No. You know, if you really want to rescue them, do a fundraiser. Don't put them into a debt that they have to fill. And it's even more of a social guilt if they sell you all that gift certificate and had to close down anyway, and all your gift certificate became paper. So, not a good idea. Not a good idea, all right? Not a good idea. Because those are small business. For large businesses, the federal government actually require them to put that money aside, and then when they actually cash it out and to take that money in, because if they go bankrupt, that money has to be returned or whatever. So there's a regulation for that. It's getting more earthier, but almost a refreshing taste. That as I go into this cigar, I don't know how to describe this. This could be a good cigar. I mean, it's not too strong. There's a lot of smoke output. It burns well. The flavor is there, even though the strength is somewhat mild. But I think that the mild strength part of it, the smoke output, could really confuse people, I guess. To smoke too fast or get sick on it. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out while we smoke this. All right. So we will draw the first winner today for the backpack. Okay. I had to find out a way to write that down. Let me write it down. Where's my paper? Upstairs, damn it. And I need to hold on a second. I was really pleased to get even given the ring gauge. Yeah, the ring gauge kind of scare you away. The ring gauge is not. It's not something that like I'm very comfortable with that. You know. All right, so let me get a piece of paper. And let's get this started. So we draw the highest price first, okay? Highest price first. Which is the backpack. Alright, here goes. Joseph Woodruff. I don't think Woodruff has a backpack yet, right? Joseph Woodruff. Oh God. So Joseph is the one with the backpack. Alright, Joseph got backpack. Ooh. So, what else? On the news, we're talking about how many people are getting like coronavirus and getting contracted coronavirus. In fact, today I got a news that Framingham has a second confirmed case of coronavirus, and when I read it, I started laughing. I was like, "That's retarded. This even a news?" Because the news says that the second case of coronavirus came from the same family of the first coronavirus case, and I go, "Duh! Are you what did you just tell me that somebody lived with someone that has coronavirus got coronavirus? Are you fucking retarded?" So apparently that's the case. And also there's a speculation of like whether or not Donald Trump got coronavirus, whether or not who got all those wife of like a prime minister or president is getting coronavirus, but the president themselves are not, and all that stuff. Here's the truth, okay? It's recorded that more than 70% of people has recovered. Which they don't tell you how many. It's really funny because 70% of people recover. Why don't you just give out the number rather than 70% of people recover? That will give us a much better image of what the world is like right now, rather than because right now we have like 100,000 people that has this thing, and then 70,000 people is recovered, and that means that 30,000 people, it should drop the number down, but it doesn't, right? It doesn't. Yeah, I also saw that news about Trump tested negative. At the same time, the White House doctor also released a reason why Donald Trump is not getting the test. I don't know. It's like contradicting information when I literally listened to it when I woke up. But I was like not in the right state of mind when I woke up. So I was like, yeah, whatever. He's not gonna die. And I literally told my wife this. I was like, she's like, you know what? I don't know. If it's a good thing that Donald Trump tested negative, because half the people is gonna go yeah, the other half is gonna go oh, I told her there's not gonna be one person that's saying oh to Donald Trump tested negative. She's like, why? She's like, why? I told her because if Donald Trump was to die right now, you had to deal with Pence. Do you really want to deal with Pence? She goes, no, I don't even know Pence. I was like, that exactly. Exactly. So no one's gonna be really sad about Donald Trump being, illness free or not having the corona disease, because that's the way it is. That's the way it is. I told her this, okay? This is common sense, okay? The person that you hate the most never dies. The more you guys hate him, the more he's gonna live on and do well. Alright? This is why you never hear about villain just die of old age. You hear about you hear about the needs for a superhero come to defeat the villain, but the villain is always there. Alright? There's only one superhero and there's like 10 villains for that reason, because villain never dies. Okay? or people that you hate never dies. Right? Let's put that in perspective, okay? Put that in perspective. You always have that guy that you hate so much at work that never dies, never gets sick, never does anything. Whenever you don't want to see him, he's there. That's exactly what it is. The person that you hate never have issues. The person that you love always leaves you early. The person that you hate just stays. So I told him, like, the more people hate Donald Trump, the more Donald Trump is gonna stay. That's the way it is. You read an article that China is not going to help US with corona by not shipping breeding machines. Is any clue that's true? Well, I can tell you that it's kind of true, but that's not the reason. That's not the reason. Donald Trump is trying to say that, we're able to use the money for the national emergency to help the coronavirus, that, a certain amount of percentage must be US made. So those machines and all that stuff must be US made. Those material must be US made. The drug must be US made. So that's why it's not that they're really not shipping. It's that we're saying that we can't buy that many. We don't want to buy it. We had to make them. Right? We had to make them. Now, there is a a how did I say that? There is a thing where people argue whether or not those breathing machine helps anyway. All right, those breathing machine stretches your lung and allow you to breathe because your lung will be inflated, so that's why you couldn't breathe. It stretches your lung, but it damages your lung and in the process because it's forcefully making your lung bigger just to breathe for you because you couldn't do it yourself. And people who recover basically said they have no energy, they can't, they still short of breath, they can't even do regular activities because they feel so weak now because the lung cannot breathe for itself. So whether or not that's a good way to recover is a question. Majority of them had to go through rehab to get them be able to get oxygen again. So I don't know if that's a good thing to use breathing machines. Anyways, let's draw the second place. Second place is gonna be SSL cigar pack, which has the Casa Cuevas and the Journey and Voyage. Okay. All right. It's gotta be Brad Henny. Second place. Whew. Right now, basically, there's an international fight over impressions. Like, you know, like right now China's trying to seem like they're not the reason of this whole disease things. They don't want to seem like to be the root of this. They don't want to go down as history where this disease actually called Wuhan virus. They want to call it COVID-19 and they're not originally from China. They want to change very in BC. Okay. They want to change the fact that they, you know, change the history basically, saying that this is not China. This is not China. This did not came from China. They're not outbreak in China. Then China did everything to help the world basically. That's what they're trying to do. I think it's kind of dumb because every country literally tried to do that when they have an outbreak. You know, Zika virus, H1N1, Spanish flu, you know, Ebola, all named after the location that it's from. All named from the location that it's from. So, you know, for China to do all this thing and try to pressure WHO to say that it's not China, I think it's tough. I think that they're trying to exercise their muscle too much. Eventually, people are just like, we're not going with this foolish crap, and it's very likely that this generation will be the generation where people see through China's crap and go, yeah, we're tired of this thing, you know, just get over with, you know. You guys were strong, but then your economy just dropped like 50%. It's not the biggest, you know, thing. You guys are producers, not consumers, so we don't really care, kind of thing. I think that might happen. That might get to be like this year. It might be this year. Stock market is going down. I know people's 401k is getting hit. Like I told you guys last time in the finance with soy sauce assassin, is that 401k is not reliable. If government really wanted to make money, they wouldn't tell you to put money in something that can actually drop. And yeah, so 401k in this case, some people's 401k has dropped quite a bit. But if you're in the long haul, hopefully it will come back a little bit. I know US dollar is tanking a little bit, but you know, so is oil. So is, you know, you kind of ask, well, why is oil had to do with, you know, this whole disease thing? Because oil production, you know, if the people are sick, they can't go to work and they can't make oil. They should, you know, they should be more expensive. How somehow it just drops. I don't know. So if you think that US dollar is backed by oil, then that's a bad idea. Any thought on the Chinese doctor that said corona was around month before they reported and now is now dead? That's not something I thought. I mean, he was the first one to treat a patient with coronavirus, and then at that time, he didn't have the proper gear to do so. Now, when I say that, I just tell you, basically, mask is useless. Stop hugging all the mask, okay? The doctor always has a mask on, and he got contracted to coronavirus, so mask doesn't do crap. Right? So he got it, and he died. He died, and now he died because there was no known proper treatment. At the same time, his health wasn't that good. Right? Majority of the people under 60 will recover because some people won't even have any symptoms. Right? Some people have minor symptoms. Like some people can get a cold and have some serious cough, right? But some people get a cold, they just gotta have fever. That's it, right? Same thing with this. This is not a flu. This is pneumonia, right? Contracting pneumonia. And when you contracting, it depends on the person's health. The symptom might be different. All right. So some people majority of the people is gonna have fever because that's the number one defense system of your body. It's gotta go heat up your body, try to kill the virus, right? But some people is gonna cough, some people is not gonna cough, some people might be a super carrier, has zero symptom, some people might cough to death, so there is a different level of that, and the doctor just doesn't know what to do with it in the beginning. They don't know what drug to give them to treat, because a lot of people think that this is similar to flu, so you treat them like flu. No, this needs to be treated like pneumonia, so there's a slight difference. So it's not, the disease itself is heavily hyped of to contracting and death and stuff like that. If you calculating the amount of people recover, the R rate is actually very close to flu, but however, we don't know how many people is gonna get it, right? The more people get it, the more people recover, the death rate is gonna drop as it goes. So right now it's just all speculation. The doctor has no idea. Right now the doctor has no idea. I don't care what doctor can face me right now, because you have a degree, I have a degree, I don't care. So you can face me right now and tell me that you know shit, but you actually don't, because nobody really know how to treat this disease right now, other than using medication to mask the symptoms so that you survive through that symptom. Okay, we know that right now it could be naturally cured, which is normal virus, and my body will naturally cure any disease that you can fight through, given the time, right? So that's that. And number three is that the rate of recovery is still pretty high. The people who die are people with chronic disease, lung disease, diabetes, heart disease, and over the age of 60. So here's the thing, William. The point is that so far, everyone who suspected that they have the disease and paid to have it tested negative. All right. So far, all the people who actually had to foot their own bill, which is like $3,000 to $6,000 to test it for this particular thing, end up with the flu, and then they tested and it was negative. Okay. The people that are caught are usually people who rush into the hospital and like dying. So, and there are people who were tested negative at first, but after a day or so, it was tested positive. So even if you don't have it, if you test negative, there is still possibility a few days later you can test positive. All right, there are people literally were tested negative before you go on the charter flight back to Taiwan or China, and they take temperature every hour, and literally halfway before landing they will test it positive. Okay, so it's one of those things where you cannot test for that problem if you don't have a symptom. All right, and even you have symptom, unfortunately they're so flu-like, it's hard to tell whether or not it's a flu problem or it's a coronavirus problem. Okay. Now keep in mind, I want to mention this. Okay. Yes, I did. Thank you for noticing. I want to tell you guys this. Okay. It's good that people waited, and now the insurance company will cover the treatment, anything related to COVID-19, because if you were the first few that's facing the bill right now, you're not gonna like it. They released the cost of the medication that was developed to treat this coronavirus. Okay, it's a 12-week treatment. It costs about $80,000. Not yuan, not JPY, not Zimbabwe, dollars. $80,000 for that drugs. 12 weeks treatment. Alright? None of you can afford it. Some people rather die. Okay? The original test kit to test for coronavirus, including the X-ray, will cost you $3,000 to $6,000. $3,000 to $6,000. This is why nobody goes to get checked out. Because if you get checked out, you gotta foot that $3,000 to $6,000, and you gotta be quarantined for 2 weeks. Why would anybody go get the test? You haven't tried it yet? You should try that soon, Matt. So yeah, and total cost of $86,000 to find out you have coronavirus and treat it. And after you recover, you rather die because you just bought a supercar to cure your sickness. not something you want. But now, right now, the insurance company will cover it, so that's a good thing. You don't have to fight nail and tooth try to get the treatment for that, because $80,000 for 12 weeks treatment is ridiculous. Okay, and that's not including like the hospital stays and all that stuff. That's separate. Yes, we are smoking the inch right now. It's actually not bad. It literally is natural. And it has that really natural, nice, creamy, cedary flavor into this thing. It's really good. It just burns funny here and there. I just help it here and there. Better environmental conditions. Okay, I see. So we'll wait another 2 minutes before we draw the next one. All right, Tim. Talk to you later. I want to talk about sleep, because today I actually gotta sleep. It's just weird to sleep. I slept for 3 hours. I had the weirdest dream. When I told my wife about this dream, she literally laughed. I told her I had a dream that we're in our house, and somehow there's a beehive in the garage. All right, and I was like, really looking into it and all that stuff, and all of a sudden this person came over to our house, rather a little bit chubby, not too tall Asian guy, came to our house and tried to steal what they call the tube. When like the safety tube that what's the thing called? Rubber tube that you go to swim with. What's the thing that called? You know what I'm saying? Like those round tube that you put on yourself. You jump into the water, you float. Somebody help me with that English. Holy shit, I can't remember that English. Because I don't use it. It's one of those inflatable balloons that you put around your waist that you can go in there. Well, this particular one looks like a monkey with a hand go like this, so it becomes a hoop. Right? So inflatable floating device, floater, that has a monkey and a hand up there. So the guy was trying to steal it, which is not a big deal. Open the garage door. I was like, what are you doing? And it's not in the tube because it's not inner, it's outer, right? I don't know. It's a tube. It's used to swim. So I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, try to shove that thing in the car, even though it's not that big, shoving that thing, but because it's a balloon, right? It's like rubbery, it bounced back out. It bounces back out. Yeah, floater, floaty, flow. Round floater, inflatable. Alright? So, yeah, I guess I'm not the only one that doesn't know the name for it. I guess there's like, you know, so many ways to call it. So, I opened the door, I confronted him, I said, what are you trying to do? And he's like, no, I'm here to see your wife, and your wife's friend. And I was like, okay, and I called my wife out. And it's like, hey, your friend's here to see you. And then they start to chat and stuff like that. Which I thought at that point was something abnormal about it. So I went upstairs, and I also remembered something that's like not relevant. I see my aunt tried to make a dinner or something like that, and then she dropped it all over the floor. I helped her clean it up. Somehow I was able to clean it up relatively fast, and I don't know what happened in between. I ended up disconnecting her cell phone. I call and disconnecting her cell phone. I don't know what happened at the end. So I woke up. It's windy and heck, so I'm gonna not gonna join the smoke. In like inch though. I do like inch though. Okay. So I woke up, I come down, I tell my wife, I was like, I had a dream that your friend come to see you, and just I tried to steal our like floater thing, that looks like a monkey. And she started laughing. She's like, you should have known that's a dream. And I was like, yeah, I should have known. And then we both said it because you had no friend. My wife's like, because I have no friend. Yeah. And we both said it at the same time. So that was kind of funny. My wife is not that good at social. Not that she can't social. She doesn't like to bother with social. She doesn't like to bother with social. And I don't know if there are people like that just doesn't like to spend the time to go hang out with people. They like to be on their own. They like to do their own thing. And they really doesn't want to spend the time to go out, eat, or hang out with people because they feel like they can do that on their own if they want to do it. She feel like when she goes out with people, she had to cater to them and all that stuff. So she doesn't really like to go out. And so hence she have no friends. She have no social life. So she's like that kind of people. She doesn't like to go out and social with friends and stuff like that. She will go like, you know, with my friends and stuff like that because my friend doesn't need catering. Like we don't need to cater to them, right? For example, if me and Michael Wells go out with my wife around the places, we'll just do whatever we want. It's like, we're gonna go eat there. We're not gonna go, oh, because Michael Wells likes steak, let's go eat steak. No, my wife like, no, screw you, Michael Wells. We're going to eat salad. Now we're going to eat salad now. Okay, that's the type of reaction my wife will have towards my friends, because I guess in terms of she thinks that in terms of social ladder, I'm actually pretty up there, so that I don't have to cater to people, kiss up to their asses, and she knows I never kiss people's ass. So she in front of my friends, she never tried to kiss their ass too. Which is fine, you know? But it's kind of weird. Like, it's like, come on. Shouldn't you guys have friends and so, like, night out and stuff like that? You know? Because Michael Wells can contest to that. We're literally, like, trying to look for food. And we're like, I want to eat burgers. And then we just went to get burgers, right? And first we're like, let's go to McDonald's. And then, like, there's Whataburger. Let's go to Whataburger. I would not try to cater to Michael Wells. In fact, I think the whole time I didn't care what he was gonna eat. I just like order. All right, let's draw the third place. Third place is the winner of third place is Eric Sigler. Eric Sigler is the third place winner. We'll get a 5-pack sampler. Five-pack. Kaboom. It's a pretty cool one because this particular one has some sort of unbended cool cigar in there, and it's actually Cuban. On the side, I see a H. Upman, I see a Monte Cristo, so it's Cuban cigars. All right, so as we continues, my wife is that kind of person. Is she doesn't she knows I don't cater to people. I really just like sometimes it's like I don't care, just do whatever. Sometimes I like whatever I do, I don't end up catering to people. I do whatever I wanted to do, and that seems to be the case. And somehow it works out. Somehow it works out because I hang out with people who doesn't give a shit either. Who doesn't give a shit either. For good example, if I was hanging out with Brendan Wiles right now, and he says, "What do you want to eat for lunch?" I will not purposely go choose a salad restaurant. I guarantee you. I'll be like, you know what? Let's go eat some steak. That's the type of person I would be. I wouldn't be like, because because Brendan had to eat salad, so let's go to what's that called? Be Good. No. Let's go eat a tomahawk steak. Let's go eat barbecue. That's what I would do. So luckily I make friends like that. Can you imagine I make some friends, a bunch of friends, right? And I'm like, they'll be like, what should we go to eat? And this person is diabetic. I say this person's diabetic. I'll be like, let's go eat Cheesecake Factory. And everybody's like, Tony, how could you? Don't you know he's diabetic? I would be like, he should have brought his insulin. Steak is what I want. Okay, steak is what I want. So I had to figure out what I'm gonna eat tomorrow because I have so much carb today, it throw me to food coma. I really don't like that feeling. I want tomahawk steak. Oh my god, my wife and I had the best barbecue we ever had at Plano today. I really want to go. I didn't get an invite. If I know I'm not gonna do anything at this time period, I will have fly down. The flight is so cheap right now. It's like I can go from one end to the other for $50. Like I can go to LA right now from Boston for $59. I can literally go anywhere. It's crazy. I told my wife that if the Japan thing that I can't go and stuff like that, I would just end up going to another trip to hang out with someone because I need to get out of here. Here's the thing about steak though. There's only one rule to the steak. Don't overcook it. And everything else is like whatever you want. Right? Steak only have one problem is don't overcook it. But there are some people just can manage to totally butcher the crap out of the steak. Alright? Well, number one, if anybody go to steakhouse and order for a well done steak, you should leave this chat right now. Get out, okay? You should never eat a well done steak. Alright, that's nothing. You should never do that. Alright, no well done steak. No. If you gotta eat a well done steak, that's like saying that I wanna eat a piece of jerky. Alright, jerky will be well done. Alright, so don't waste a big, nice steak that way. And that was the only rule. That is the only rule that you should follow. Right? That is the only rule you should follow. Everything else is good. Alright? You can follow with the butter, you can don't follow with the butter, you can add just salt, you can have barbecue sauce, you can do whatever you want with that steak. You couldn't fuck it up. You couldn't have fucked it up. You can leave that steak on the table for 30 days and forgot to cook it and still cook it, it will still be good because now it's aged. You can't screw up steak. How do you screw up steak? But there is just places that can screw it up. I don't understand how anybody can screw up a steak, but there are people that can make some nasty, oily, greasy, really nasty steak. They're just that. Okay? Hold on 1 second. I think I got a very important text. Give me 1 second. So what happened? You should set like, you know, ringers, like for specific thing, you have a different ringer. Okay. Anyways, so steak should be simple. You grow it, you sear the outside, and you let it sleep. Rest your steak. Alright? There are people that just cook their steak and bring it out and it's like, why does my steak never look like the restaurants and stuff like that? It's always like cook outside and the inside is completely raw. Well, because you didn't allow your steak to rest. Alright? Rest your steak. Number one thing to do is to rest your steak. Alright? And that's very important. After you cook your steak, you cook it out like almost to what you want and put it to the side. Put it aside. Go prep your salad. Go prep your potato. Go grill. Go make that bacon to go with it. All right. Literally pour your beer, and you know, ice your cup or something like that. You can do all that stuff while that steak is sleeping, resting, doing nothing. You know, pray. You know, you can do all that. You can, you know, the steak should have the marquee of the entire life of the cow, where the cow was praying and said, my name is this and I die for you, kind of thing. You know, let the steak do that, right? So that the steak can be eaten with no regret. That's the part. And once you cut it in, you gotta get a nice even color all throughout. That's what you want, all right? Not gray. If you open it up and you get like a gray brown color, that cow is so dead it didn't get to pray. All right, it did not get to pray. You want to allow that cow to pray. All right, let it have last wishes and talk to God and everything. Okay, if it doesn't do that, if it's cooked to death, it doesn't get to do that. That cow is going to hell. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Let the cow rest. Even if you sous vide it, you should let it rest because it takes time to juice for to go back in. It's just, you know, sous vide is almost like smoking a meat. You know, it's put in a specific temperature, but it never goes above that temperature, so it can never get overcooked because it never goes to that temperature. So that's how sous vide works, but you still need to give it time. You still give time for the cow to pray, go to the cow heaven. You know, that's what you need. If the cow goes to heaven, that means it's gotta taste like heaven. Very important, okay? Of course, there's the debate whether or not to butter your cow, butter your steak. Now, I think you should, because you know it enhances the taste. It's still a fat came from this animal, so adding it together isn't gonna change that much other than making it more greasy and nice and tasty. Some people don't like it. Sure, that's fine. Add some salt and pepper. You don't need to add that many things, all right? But how hard is to screw up a steak? How hard? You know, where has the worst steak in New York? Where has the worst steak in New York? Do you know where it is? I bet all of you know. There's one steakhouse, super famous, super expensive. You go there just to see one thing because the steak tastes like crap. And that's one place I think that they can really screw up a steak. Do you guys know where it is? I actually don't remember the name. Let's make sure I get the name right. Is that the right one? Is that the right one? Click. Okay. It's called North Sea Steakhouse. North Sea Steakhouse. Guess who's the owner? Salt Bay. Salt Bay owns that restaurant. It's super damn expensive, and people go there to eat steak. You let it rest about 5 minutes. You won't get cold. It's the internal temperature still cooking it. All right. North It Steakhouse is by Salt Bay. You know Salt Bay? Salt Bay works in that restaurant. And literally, he butchers the crap out of the steak. All right. You can get steak where there's unevenly cooked. There's like one part still raw, one part medium rare, and one part burnt. All right. It's the worst place to eat steak. You gotta spend shit ton of money. Shit ton of money, and not gonna enjoy it. Not gonna enjoy it. The food is super greasy. I don't know how they do it, but it's horrible. I thought all he added was salt, but it's not. The way he did the meat is just not good. All right, not good. So you'll be spending quite a bit of money. It is it's 60 West 53rd Street. All right, between the Avenue of America, 5th Avenue, Midtown West. That's where it is. So that's one restaurant I ask you not to go. Okay, ask you not to. There's another kind of people that is even worse than people that order well done steak. All right, my wife had met one that does that. I personally have not. It's the assholes that go to steakhouse and ask for a raw piece of steak. Not rare, raw. Raw piece of steak. I want to see blood. That's what the person said. And then complain when it comes over, it's like, this is too raw. Now, that's a big asshole, okay? That's even worse than people will ask for well done. If you want to just bite a cow's ass, go to a farm, okay? Go to a farm. You go to a restaurant, you eat something cooked. Not like, I want to see blood. I want a raw steak. Oh, they bring out a freaking slab of steak. It's still bleeding, and you're like, that's too raw. Get out of here. Get out of here. My wife has where she worked, they cater a client to go to eat at a steakhouse. I think it was called Flamingos or something like some F named restaurant. And they went in and they went there. They all ordered stuff, and this client ordered raw steak. Like, I want a piece of raw steak. I want to see blood, or it's not raw. And then literally, they bring one out, it was still bleeding, and it's like, yeah, that's too raw. Stupid people. I can't help it. It's just the way it is. I don't understand. All right, time to draw the next one. The next one is the next one is from Juan. Well, the next two are from Juan, but it's 2 Cordo and 2 La Flora Gloria, and what is that? H Almond. Okay, so yeah, if you want to buy a cow's ass, go to the farm. Go to the farm. All right. All right. It's Eric. We already draw his name. We draw it again. Another Eric. Draw again. It's Sherry. Sherry gets a 5-pack from Juan. Sherry. Okay. Hey, JD. Make sure to clean yours first. Just wash your ass. Just wash your ass. Yep, 3 in a row. 3 in a row. So yeah, steak. That makes me want to eat steak. Yeah, maybe go upstairs and cook a steak. Steak's good. I have some shaved steak that I can eat. Ooh, steak. Here, I got a good topic to talk about. I know majority of you guys has long beard. So this is excluding those people who doesn't shave. Alright? How many people here that shaves uses blade? How many people here that shaves uses like those shaving machines? How many? I use blades. I like to use blades. I don't know. It just feels like it's like a ritual. I don't like to go like that. Doesn't make me feel good. I like to go. So I shave like that. So how many of you actually use blades? I know that people who have beard, they have no choice but to use scissors and blades. But like people who actually shave majority of the time, do you use or do you use? Blades, 2 blades, 1 electric. 3 blades, 1 electric. Three blade, 1 electric. Four blade, 1 electric. I kill blades too quickly. Razor, so blades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blades, 1 electric. Cheaper, you can actually go to machinery and just remachine those blades and reuse it. Six. So majority of people use razor blades. I use a straight razor. Okay, so like the, like the barber, like a barber. See, that's the thing though. I don't understand why people go with like that, because it shaves so deep it gives me bumps. I can't do that. I like those shaving things, and I try many different ones, and I realized that those one that says I have like 6 blades, ultra, quantum, whatever, those actually are horrible for you. Those are actually horrible for you. The best ones are actually like 1 or 2 blades or 3 blades. I'm smoking the inch. Those are actually the good ones are actually like single blade or like at best 3 blades. Anything more than that actually doesn't shave well. They actually shave too close that I'm shaving skins off and I'm getting bumps from it. When I use like a single blade or something like that, I don't really get bumps. It's not as close of a shave, but it's close enough that my wife don't complain and I don't get bumps. You get ingrowns when you use those blades. When you use like a 6 blade or 7 blades on there. And this one place, I don't know if you guys ever seen it before in the mall. It's called the Art of Shaving. Art of Shaving. They charge you like $100 just to get a shave. I don't know if you've ever been there before. They sell the same Gillette shaving blades for $100-something. Where actually I can go to like I end up turning around and go to CVS, bought one for like $20. You tend to appreciate where your food comes from more when you kill it and cut it up. Where that came from? Now, it's kind of true. Now, a lot of people don't like people to go hunting. Right? They think hunting is bad. They're killing animals, and they doing it for hobby and stuff like that. People need to understand this, okay? I am not condoning any sort of killing, but I can tell you that if you don't kill the deer every year, you gotta have over infestation of deers. All right, your car is gonna one day run into a deer. All right, and the deer will be fine, you'll be dead. That's the problem. Okay, the animals that we have, the wild animals that we have today, are crazy. I'm not even kidding you. The animals are crazy. All right, you try to run a car, go through, and a squirrel comes out. Look at your car. They could have kept going, but no, they kept going and turned back just so that you will actually run at them. Okay, it's crazy. They like to die. They're like, oh, big machines, and oh, I should go backward. You know, that's how they are. It's crazy. So killing those animals, yeah, it sounds horrible. But think of it this way: if you're against people killing cows, killing the deer save a couple cows. Okay, because now that deer will serve a few meals instead of the cows. Horns don't taste good. I hunt for the food. I want a set of deer antlers somewhere in this room. That would be super awesome. But I haven't seen a real one here. Massachusetts, we don't have those kind of stuff really. Anyways, so killing those deers, killing those things for food, killing the bear, killing the boars, it's actually good because majority of people who kill them eat them. Okay, eat them. Now, what does that mean? It means number one, there's less of them to spread disease. All right, less of them to spread disease. Number two is that we buy less meat. Right? Because now if they get hunt for it, they buy less meat. Or granted, you do buy bullets instead, but you'll buy less meat. One of those, I've seen those people that go hunt and got like 5 different boars, and those boars will last them for years. Like my friend that used to live around here, moved to Arizona actually. He will go hunt, and he'll come over to my barbecue and then bring like a whole hunk of meat, like 5-10 pounds of meat. He's like, literally, I can't finish it. Let's just eat it up. Because they all have those secondary big fridge that, like those fridge that Asians used to put ice cream in, those big buckets of like ice cream, they put meats in there. And they will last them for a long time because they don't have to go out for meat. And those meats are actually really good. I don't know if you can ship deer antlers though. I don't know if that's legal. I don't know. I think in some places like deer antlers, like droppings, are actually illegal. I don't know. But anyways, so like that basically saved the world with a lot of things. I mean, most people isn't gonna complain about animals until an animal went to their backyard. And if you don't have animal controls, you don't eat those things. You're gonna have brown bear, black bear, deers eating your trees and brushes, your vegetation, your flowers. You have squirrels. You have one thing I can't handle is groundhogs. I have groundhogs all over my backyard digging holes and I can't find them. And I know the only way is to either poison them, which they are kind of immune to a lot of stuff, or to put like a landmine under your ground and just blow it out. But I can't do that either. So if you have a good way to kill like groundhogs, let me know. Because I try everything. And we have a squirrel that eats my vegetation. I actually fed the squirrel spicy hot sauce stuff. They eat it, no issue. Not even diarrhea. The squirrel is immune to everything. I fed them crazy stuff and they eat it and enjoyed it. Alright? I put peanuts, soak it in like super ghost pepper spicy crap. They eat it, no problem. In fact, the next day more came to eat it. Alright? We'll put a plate out there, it's gone. The secret of cooking duck. The only way to cook duck right is to roast it. Peking duck! You can turn any duck Asian by cooking it Peking duck style. Alright, let's try the next price. Again, same package from at Feng Huang. But yeah, Japan, you can go ahead and type out that secret recipe to cooking duck. Even though I think the only way to cook duck right is to roast it. Sherry again? Nope. Eric? Nope. Andrew Moschini. All these people Wenda's not here today. Seriously? Alright. I think we only have one more price left. Let me double check. Yep, one more price left. One more price left. Jeez, to get a international cigar pack 3-pack. I just basically go into my international batch and just randomly grab 3, and that's what you gotta get. Duck soup. Alright. We do cook duck soup once in a while. And the way we do it is get a frying pan. Get a frying pan and then cook a lot of ginger in there. A large amount of ginger. Fry the ginger. And then you put sesame oil on it. And then put the duck in there to kind of sear it a little bit. And then dump water in there and just cook the soup. Ginger duck soup is like the must-have mother thing to drink for the winter. That is super good. That is super good. Alright. When I was young, I would just literally cook that soup. Put some noodles in there and eat it. Oh yeah, but you know, to eat that, you kind of have to go with some chicken hearts. You know, chicken gizzards. Those are pretty good. All right, Joe. Talk to you later. So yeah, I'm pasting the speed that I'm doing the drawings because I feel like if I draw it all together, I'm gonna end up drawing like same name 5-6 times. If I gap it out, I don't tend to do that. Turducken once it was so much meat. You know, Chinese people would do much more than turducken. They were like 5-6 birds shoved into inside a pig. I'm not really into that. I feel like when you do that many birds together, the outside will be overcooked, the inside will be undercooked. How many of you guys are celebrating St. Patrick's tomorrow? Because in fact, I totally forgot tomorrow's St. Patrick's. But how many of you are actually going to do St. Patty's tomorrow? And what are you celebrating with? What are you celebrating with? Beer? Drinking? Tony Murray is Travis. Too late to smoke an inch. Great smoke. I don't hear about. Second one is called Lexia Tobacco. Don't know what that is actually. By the way, Tony Murray making that 3D cigar holder thingy. That's super sexy. That's super cool. You know, all you need a little bit is like color. I don't know, spray painting or something like that. It would be super duper cool. I bought everything for Rubens and Jameson. You know, even though I live in Boston, and Boston has a large population of Irish. In fact, the Celtics is based on Irish, right? So, like, even though this should be the biggest thing, we have like parade that's canceled and all that stuff, I never celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I never do. I just don't understand it. It was like, what you gotta do? Go out there and catch some leprechaun? You know? Reubens are one of my favorite sandwiches. Do you dip your Reubens? Do you dip your Reubens? Some people dip their sandwiches. I don't like it. I don't like to eat soggy sandwiches. I like sandwich with some bite. I don't know. That's just me. Even though sometimes you just need that au jus on it, but still, I don't know. Depends on the situation, I guess. Dude, I love sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut. It's like the Western kimchi. I eat sauerkraut by itself. I go take a jar of sauerkraut, just start eating that. You don't dip Reubens? Just love corned beef. See, I don't understand why it's called corned beef. That's a good idea. That's a good thing to look it up. Because I don't even look at why corned beef is called corned beef. Because it's not something that I particularly care. I just know corned beef is like I know corned beef has no corn in it. Corned beef has no corn in it. Corned beef is a salted, cured brisket beef. The term came from treatment of the meat of large grain rock salt, also called corn of salt. Sugar and spice is also added. Okay. So apparently corned beef is called corned beef because they use large salts. That's also called corn of salt. Come on, people. That's a horrible way of doing the language. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That made me want to go out and buy some corned beef just now. Because I just want to eat beef today. I just want to eat beef today. You never had corned beef or sauerkraut? Corn just the salt. So it's been cured with salt, so corned beef. Because they call that large chunk of salt corn. But yeah, if you never had corned beef, that's okay. But if you never had sauerkraut, you're missing out. That's like saying you never eat kimchi. Sauerkraut is basically kimchi without the spice. You have to go eat some sauerkraut. Sauerkrauts are good. Sauerkrauts are good for you. In fact, it's good for your guts. It's good for your your intestine gut builds up. So now I want corned beef hash, corned beef pastrami, Swiss on marble rye. I don't get rye bread. I don't understand rye bread either. Why do people eat rye breads? So I just eat white. I eat white bread. I eat baguettes. No, let me corns of salt. Corns of salt. Let me see how big that is. I can't even find what's the size of corns of salt. What is salt corn? Let me see salt corns. Salt corns. Oh, they're just like pepper. They're like peppercorn size. They are peppercorn size. They're just rock salt. What? What? They're like peppercorn size salts. They're nothing. They're just like one regular, the thing that you get to go, Yeah, so it's corn size salt grains. It's not even the same league. Sauerkraut and kimchi are like two best things for your guts. Except I think sauerkraut is better for your stomach than kimchi. Too much kimchi will cause you have stomach cancer. So just remember this. Korea is the number one disease in Korea is actually stomach cancer for that reason. They eat too many kimchi. Too much kimchi. So like when I say too much kimchi, it's like you wake up in the morning, you eat your breakfast, you have kimchi. You had an afternoon break, you eat kimchi. You had lunch, you eat kimchi. At nighttime, when you go eat dinner, you have kimchi. And then when you finally get off work about 9 to 10 o'clock, you hang out with your friend, kimchi. That's the problem, okay? Too much kimchi. kimchi is so much more flavorful because of that gochujang, the spice that they add in there. So it's more flavorful because they put a lot of pepper flakes in there, pepper paste, pepper powder. The new black market. How's the black market? New black market? I didn't even know there was a new black market. What were they selling? Wait, who said there was bacteria? Natural though. Once it's canned, the good bacteria are killed. No, it's not. Actually, the process of canning does not kill the bacteria. It continues to get more sour. Those bacteria will live. All right. So if you never buy canned kimchi before, they will continue to ferment. It will continue to get bad. If the bacteria stays. Don't worry about that. The liquid keeps it in there. Now, if you ever want to make kimchi jjigae, you literally have to use bad kimchi. Like I'm telling you, like if you open the jar, you smell it like, oh, that's the kimchi you use to make kimchi jjigae. So it does continue to get bad. Right? The canning process literally just use boil water to make the bottle vacuum. So it doesn't directly go to the vegetable itself. It actually just kills the outside. It just seal the air so it actually doesn't get bad that quickly. If there's no bacteria in there at all, then the food will never get bad. All right, the food will never decompose and get bad if there's no bacteria at all. The bacteria actually stays. Let's talk about this cigar again. Now that I'm like more than halfway through, or maybe halfway through. Like I feel like a little girl smoking this thing because it's so. It's a challenge to finish this. Look at that! I only got to here, and it's an hour and a half already. Number one, does this cigar taste good? Yes, it does taste good. All right, it's got a natural tobacco flavor. It's almost like a very easy cigar. It's like a habano without the pepper. All right, it's actually very creamy. It's actually has a little bit of this coffee bitter, and then it's got there's some nuttiness to it. It's got cedariness to it. It's got a little bit earthiness tone to it, and it's not a lot of power. It's not a lot of strength. So you can smoke this all day. You can literally finish this without feeling sick. It's just how much time you have. Right? This cigar looks like it's like a 2.5 hour cigar. All right, 2.5 hour cigar. Now the pressure will not kill all the good bacteria. It continues to generate the bacteria. As soon as you open it, the bacteria will go back. So don't worry about that. You can eat sauerkraut, no problem. That I can guarantee. Fermentation, the bacteria came from the surface of that. So as soon as you open it, air goes in, bacteria comes. Yeah, you know, there's a reason why there's no 5-second rules, because bacteria gets in as soon as you do, and it generates and creates new bacteria on it. So as soon as you open the jar, bacteria's gotta go back in. It's gotta, and if you don't finish the first day, the bacteria all come back. So. In fact, the good bacteria from other food will benefit from eating, for you eating sauerkraut. So even though the good bacteria on the sauerkraut itself might not be as much as it should have, you'll help the good bacteria from other food to sustain in your stomach. Casa Cuevas sampler. Casa Cuevas! Can't wait to try them. Cabbage and tomato. Huh? What's cabbage and tomato? What? Did I miss something? Oh, chow chow is a North American pickle relish. So why don't we just call it pickle relish? call it pickle relish. You know, you don't go to a hot dog stand and say, hey, do you guys have some chow chows? No, you say, do you guys have some relish? Right? When's the last time you go to a hot dog stand and you ask, do you have relish? Or do you ask, do you have chow chows? No, you ask if there is relish. What kind of, who came out with that name? When I think of chow chow, I think of the dog. Literally, you know, the furry big dog. Or the mid-sized dog. But chow chow relish. Eat it on red beans. Casa Cueva is good. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna give you guys some updates. So, the updates. The 10 count humidor, travel humidor that we talked about last time on Fernando's live. I tried to follow up with Brendan Wells. He did not respond to me all day today. I don't know what's up now. I don't know what's going on with him, but he didn't respond to me because he doesn't want to respond to me. So he didn't respond to me. So I have to wait for him to get back to me. All right. And the keychain is closed as of today. Okay, if you didn't order it, too bad. All right. And I'm gonna place the order Monday, so that I have more control on it. I can talk to the manufacturer and all that stuff Monday. Alright, so I'll make the order Monday, but I will start allowing the payment process starting tomorrow. So I'll make the post on that. People can start paying for that tomorrow, and I'll probably order that Monday. If nobody can finish paying for their stuff, I'll probably wait a little bit. But I wanted to get it to go by next week, because I don't know if there's any manufacturing delays or anything like that. So we'll get that going. But yeah, I do want the travel humidor. It will be pretty cool. So I'll continue to follow up with Brendan on that. I don't know what he's busy with. But yeah, Casa Cueva is pretty good. I actually like Casa Cueva. Surprisingly, like, you know, in the beginning when I first bought the first box of Casa Cueva Habano, I did not think I would like it. I actually think the decoration, the presentation is crap. And I'm being honest, right? I think the decoration, the presentation is so generic. I did not think that they put enough effort into it. All right. Now, praises on top of the design is that when they designed the Reservas, I love that blue. It really pops. It really is so much better. They should have done the blue to start with, but they didn't. So yeah, that blue was great. That blue was a great color. Alright, that blue was a great color. I liked it. It worked out. But you know, in terms of the cigar, like I say, I did not like that Connecticut, but the Habano was a force to be reckoned with. To be, you know, one of the cigars. Like, it was definitely not a cigar that you gotta think that is actually really good. You know, you're like, how good could this cigar be? Like $7, $8 cigar. But I actually think that is I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed, like, say, a Padron. So. When I had an event at Alec Riva, was out in Phoenix. Yeah, but he didn't respond to me all day. Didn't even respond to me now. How long does it take to check a mail? Or check a message? Check a message. You know, this cigar is really set time away to smoke the cigar, because it's not easy. You gotta set time away. You literally have to, like, cancel all your meetings and everything just to smoke the cigar. How long did it take you to smoke this cigar, Michael? Because this cigar is crazy. It did not burn well though. I had to fix a certain side here and there, but I have to say the ash is so thick, it reminds me of dog poop. The draw is good though. A lot of time when I see a big gauge cigar, I think it's gonna be a really tight draw, but it's actually a really good draw. 3 hours. Holy crap! I should save the other one for the next like, I don't know, Christmas or something drawing that we gotta do, the large drawings. Maybe for the drawing for the CN anniversary, I'll smoke the other one because it'll last me the entire show. Why didn't you buy the box? I mean, at Louisiana Bowl, literally, the only place that you can buy boxes nowadays are either one, they just got the stock in, or two, in the event. You should have bought the entire box. Like, if you bought the entire box and you didn't want it, I would have bought it off your hands. You should have bought the entire box. I don't understand. I don't understand why you don't. I'm waiting for like responses and stuff. It takes forever. Hat limit, no box purchase. Really? You can only buy one and no box purchases? What the hell? Because my brother went to the event and just bought the boxes. He bought 2 boxes. So there was no issues. I don't know. What hat limit? And I have like 3 or 4 boxes before, and I give one and sold one. I don't know how many I have. I got 2 boxes right now, so. No, you're not the only one. Now, Bo is not a... How do I say it? It's hard to find. It's not crazy good, but it's good, right? But it's good. So, in that perspective, yeah, it's not like... it's not like a must-have, but it's good to have. And at least at one time was like #1 cigar for the year, I think 96 or something like that. Or something like that. I can't remember. 2006? 2016? Something like that. Alright, Michael. Drive home safe. Talk to you later. So, you know, it's not a must, but it's one of those like, I should try it as someone that, you know, that like to smoke cigar, and I like to keep some because you know if I smoke one, I would like whoever is smoking with me to have one too. So it's not like it's like a collectible cigar, but it's not a must-have cigar kind of thing. Does that make sense? Like there are things that you buy even though it's not the rarest thing, but you buy it because you like to have it. You know, like toilet paper, like toilet paper. If that's something like that. You went out again. It burns quite a bit in, and I actually leave quite a bit of wrapper in there. It wasn't bad. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna redo this thing all over again. This thing just takes forever to smoke. Alright, here we go. Try it again. Continue. Now, it is a pricey cigar, though. It is a pricey cigar. But the presentation was pretty good. The overall construction quality is all pretty good. It's just, you have to pay that money for it. Right? You have to pay that money for it. So yeah, although it's not the best cigar out there, it's one of those ones that you want to keep because they run out quite frequently. They run out of stock quite frequently. So you know, because some cigar runs out, you tend to collect them. All right, 1 more minute and we will draw the last prize. 1 more minute, we'll draw the last prize. There we go. All right, last prize winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Yesterday I was playing the free Call of Duty Warzone. I actually won. I don't even know how I won, but I was doing the free for all and then I won. And after I won that one game, I was like, I'm too tired. I'm not playing anymore. The first time I played, I ranked 16, and then yesterday when I played it, I won a victory. There we go, Christopher Wentworth. And that's it for the drawing. Ta-da! Romeo and Juliet 1875 Churchill. I'll be smoking it for a while. Now, for Romeo and Juliet 1875 doesn't impress me as much as Reserva Rio. So if you never tried Reserva Rio, you should definitely try that one. It's definitely worth the smoke. It's one cigar that I really can tell the almond flavor. Like the first time I was able to tell almond notes is from Reserva Rio. Wait, Brian's pose? Which Brian's pose? Which Brian's pose? I had to look for it. Hold on a second. Brian's pose. Brian post one this morning? Really? Which one? On his personal one or in the group? Because his latest one was Confucius. In the group. His latest one was the Confucius, no? Karaoke Star. The Commons had him rolling. Oh, about the sleeping? He was posting at 4 a.m. Like 3 or 4 a.m. I remember see a notification on it. And I just completely ignored it because I didn't think it was that important for me to respond at 4 a.m. But yeah, Confucius was wrong. You know, if Confucius was living this generation, this current time period, he will be flamed so bad, he will be called racist, bigot, and all kind of weird things. Sexist and all that stuff. Confucius is one person that tells you that women should stay in the kitchen and should never go study. Confucius is one guy that say that. Confucius is very family oriented. He thinks that the woman should stay home and do everything for the man. That's what Confucius is. Confucius tell you that you respect your elders and only your elders, and if your elders decide to smack you in the face, you take it in the face. That's how Confucius is. Confucius will never survive in this generation. He might be a wise man back in the day because he's a man, and nowadays he will not make it. He will not make it. It's funny because you always find like funny comments, funny quotes from Confucius. The truth is that Confucius say none of those. None. Zero. You know why? You know why? Because Confucius cannot speak English. He wouldn't have said any of those quotes. Confucius cannot speak English. So he would not be able to say, "Man who buy tissue for corona dies of a very clean asshole." No, he will not. He can't speak Chinese. He can't speak English. He cannot speak English. That's a good one. Man who runs in front of a car gets tired. Man who runs behind a car gets exhausted. That's pretty good. But yeah, Confucius cannot speak English, so he definitely did not say any of those quotes. He did say a lot of smart quotes, but like those quotes don't really work nowadays. It doesn't work today. Nobody will follow that, right? Nobody will follow that. Here you go. If I just type in Confucius quote, you know his Chinese name is actually Kongzi, not Confucius. So I feel like people who name him Confucius is really trying to mock him by saying that he's confused. Right? Like because I don't know who named him Confucius. Right? He's Kongzi. You know, at best he'll be Kongzi, but he's not like Confucius. He never had a name to name Confucius. I don't know who named him Confucius. He's very confusing. Something like he said, these are the Confucius quote. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. He never say that. He never say that. All right. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. I don't think he said that either. Choose a job you love. You'll never have work a day in your life. He did not say that either. All right. He did not say that either. Life is really simple, but men insist on making it complicated. Nope. He will never say that because he doesn't. He's a very sexist person. He thinks man is everything. So he will never say man is making it complicated. Okay. I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, and I understand. Nope, no such thing. He never say that. Never do what others want you do not want to do. Okay, he did say that. Never do to others what you would not like them to do to you. He say that. I know he say that. There's a specific quote for that. He say that. Death and life have their determined appointment. Riches and honor depends upon heaven. Okay, he did say that too. He did say that too. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. He says something similar to that, but it's not. That's not what he meant. Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but it rises every time we fail. I don't think he says something like that. Before you embark in a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. He did say something similar to that. He did say something to that. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Because he think that, when you revenge to someone's descendant come to revenge upon you, and your descendant repents upon them, so you'll end up all dying. It never ends. All right, have a good night, Brian. So yeah, but alright. And then there's some stupid ones where like men who make mistake in elevator wrong on many level. I'm pretty sure there's no elevator back in the days. Men who farts in church sits in his own pew. That I did not get, but we don't have church back in the days. He who have hot rod burns rubber. Okay. He didn't say that, but it's true. Okay, people who have hot rods always tested on their tires. That's for sure. You know what I'm amazed of is that whenever I see people who have hot rods and burn their rubber, no one ever called the police. Police never give them troubles. Police never write them a ticket for that. But when you have a German car, supercar, whatever, you rev your engine a couple of times, you get written up for tickets. Man who dreams he's a muffler wakes up exhausted. Confucius say, men with hole in pocket feel cocky all day. Alright, why did I even read that one? What? Old Chinese saying, a man who fish in other men's well often catch crabs. What? Okay, it's true. It's true. Confucius said, man who put rice bowl on cat dies misery in his sleep. You know, cat is very cute, but I'm allergic to cat, so I can't have a cat. But then if I have a cat, my cat will probably be abused to death by me, by annoying the crap out of the cat. My cat was secretly planning to kill me for sure. That I don't get. He who drinks a fifth on the fourth may not be able to go forth on the fifth. I don't understand that one. It is only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you realize There's always a way to resolve a problem without using violence. I'm pretty sure he didn't say that, but it's true. No, 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 no. A man who goes to bed with an itchy butt wakes up with yellow underwear. Let's find another one. Let's find another one. The fourth and fifth one is clever. I didn't get it. I did not get that. Somebody give me a Mr. Obvious on that one. Give a man a plane ticket, he will fly for a day. Push man out of the plane and he will fly for the rest of his life. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. That is the rest of his life. Let's see. Another one. Okay, here he goes. Good book is a spot on the wall. By Hu Flung Dong. I don't get it. Fifth of whiskey bond the fourth of the on the 4th of the month, and you can move forward on the 5th of the month. If you drink 5th of liquor on the 4th, you ain't gotta do shit on the 5th. Okay. 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 Ooh. Cannot read that one. I cannot read that one just now. I just read one and was like, Alright, have a good night, Hashimoto. We're almost done here. The last few minutes, I just want to read some of these. Kill time. Can't read that one either. There are some things I just can't read. Confucius said, men who rip off OT and trips name Pat. I did not get that. Maybe a thing that's making fun of Patriots? Confucius said the problem with Ming Dynasty is it doesn't start Delta broke. I don't get that either. Burke. Delta Burke. Confucius said, I never say all that shit. Confucius says, women who fly plane upside down have big crack up. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish. Men build industry and destroy ecosystem. Oh, here's the one. Okay, so I think earlier Chapin said who go to bed with what's itchy butt. This is the original over here. It said Confucius said those who go to bed with itchy butt wake up with smelly finger. Men who Pokemon do not poke a girl. Oh no. Oh no. That's a girl's face too. It says, men who Pokemon do not poke a girl. Oof. That's tough. That's tough. Alright, talk to you later, William. You know what? I think that's it. A few minutes left. Everybody needs to go to sleep and enjoy the day tomorrow. So have a good weekend. Have a good Sunday tomorrow. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. Don't drink too hard. Well, actually, you can drink very hard. Nobody has to go to work anyway, except Chapin. So, you know, enjoy your Sunday. I might see you guys tomorrow if I decide to smoke any of those cigars on Facebook. Okay. So I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the night. Have good rest. I will see you guys. See you guys next week. You know when Alexander Graham Bell turns the first telephone, he had 3 missed calls from Chuck Norris. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. I'll talk to you guys later.